40 Films. Today I'm going to talk about this bike that I have sitting here. A lot of you guys know about Beta bikes. They're kind of sometimes hard to get your hands on. They're an Italian bike. They're all handmade. So there's not very many of them made from my understanding. So they're hard to get. So what I have here is a 2023 Beta Xtrainer. And this is going to be my bike for racing in the next few years. I was going to race my 254 stroke, but it's old enough that it has too many issues. I'm rebuilding it right now. I just don't trust it for racing and doing long rides. So I picked this up, super excited about it. I've ridden it a little bit, so I'm gonna put some of that footage in this video so you get to see kind of how it works. We're planning on doing a lot more riding with it the next few days. It's finally spring here in Michigan. We still have snow on a couple hillsides and there's still snowpack on the trails, so we haven't gotten to ride it too much. I was just trying to get it broken in so we can actually ride it. So far, though, I absolutely love it. This is probably one of the most comfortable bikes I have ever ridden. I'm pretty short. I'm like 5'4" with my boots on when I'm riding. So the seat height fits me well. I'm like 120 pounds. So the suspension actually, I personally think works really well for me. I know a lot of people complain that it's too soft and stuff. Well, it is sprung for lighter people. So it works great for me in stock form. I adjusted the rebound a little bit. Everything was set in mill from factory. So adjusted that a little bit. Feels great. I know a lot of people said sometimes they leak fuel from the carb. Their float's not adjusted right. This one seems like it's fine. I haven't noticed it leaking at all. I washed up some. It was kind of muddy out here. Oh no, it's a great bike, super nimble. I mean, it feels like you are riding a mountain bike. You can kick it around through the woods like nothing. You're hitting the single tracks, it's awesome. The only complaint about it is my hands get mashed right now. I don't have hand guards on it. So that's next on the list. And I'm thinking about taking my front headlight out and rear tail light out for racing in the hair scrambles this year. I don't want to break these in case I ever want to do take it on the road. So I'm probably gonna take those off. So if you guys know any good plates that fit these, leave them down in the comments because I'll pick some up for it. We'll go over kind of overview of like the engine and what they've done to it and how everything works. But all in all, absolutely love the bike. The tires on it are really good. They're Shinko tires. I really like them. They're super soft. So that can be good for a lot of like dirt road riding, pavement crossing, stuff like that. But they're really good for this wet, sticky, snowy, covered, rooty stuff that we ride. Super good at it, and it does really good in the sand, which I'm surprised about. Right now, fuel mileage wise, I got the first tank I had was premix, just for braking, and I got like an hour and a half on it, so I think that was decent. So we'll like to see how it breaks in, what the fuel economy is like. I'm hoping to be able to make it through every race without having to fill up. It'd be really nice. Again, this has the 2.4 gallon tank or 2.5 gallon tank. I think it's 2.4 gallon tank on it. I'll put it down below. But brakes are phenomenal. They're actually almost too good. You hit your brake and you're instantly locking your rear tire up. So I know they're new, they got brake in, but they are very good. The hydraulic clutch is amazing. Super smooth throttle. You don't want to get any weird whiskey throttle feelings out of it. Power band's kind of odd with this pipe. I will say that. If you're used to like a really hard hitting bike, this one's not it. This one feels like you're riding like a diesel tractor. The way the power's delivered on it. Just tons of torque. Places that I would ride first gear on a 250, I can ride second and third in this, no problem. Just loads of bottom end torque. I guess that's what you get out of a 300. I'm used to 250 4-strokes and they like to flame out at low RPM. So this thing will just lug and lug and lug. So I'll bring you guys closer to the bike and we can talk about some new key features on it and what I like and what I dislike about it. All right, so now we're down here. We're looking, we have this expansion area right here up top that has a big B on it. This is for the power valve and the ports up here. A lot of people there's a piece in here that they take out. So I plan on probably taking that piece out here shortly. I'm not for sure yet. I'm still playing with it, seeing what it needs, where I like my power. I did unscrew my power valve spring tension bolt, one turnout. I know it doesn't do a lot. The springs really change it, but just to kind of see how it would feel, how it would react. I like that a lot better. It hits a little bit sooner. I mean, not much, very small adjustments. I think I'm gonna go up in gearing. I get a little more top speed out of first, so I don't have to run second as much. This is pretty cool. So a lot of bikes, the starter is sitting outside of the engine. Well, this one is right here. It's right in your stator cover assembly, which is super cool. I think it's nice because it's all packed away. It's in the engine area. It's a little tiny starter. Super simple. I like it a lot. Same kind carb, nice and easy adjustability. It's like every other one they have. The seat, super easy to get off. All you gotta do is push this button and then it pops off. Well, it's supposed to pop off. Just like that. We'll bring you over and we'll show you what's underneath here. All right, so here we are. We're looking at underneath the seat. We have this little tiny lithium battery. Nice and light, not like the old lead acids. Sits back here. You have some fuses, heater, so if anything goes wrong, probably tail light, headlight, starter, motor, stuff like that. And then your oil reservoir sits underneath there. Nice and easy to get to. You just pop the cap off of her and fill her up. Dealer told me that I could go quite a few tanks on it. Like 5 or 6 tanks, depending on how you ride, on a tank of oil, which is nice. They also offer oil injection removal kits if you just want to run premix all the time. So if this ever decides it doesn't want to work for you anymore, they offer the kits for Beta, which is awesome. Now we'll walk around the other side of the bike. We'll take a look at the clutch side and how it looks. All right, so now we're on the clutch side of the bike. Here is this funny looking pipe. It's not your typical 2-stroke pipe that you're used to seeing. It's a little bit different. It's got this really long header piece here. That's what gives these 300s that super linear power. Typically, the longer the header, the smoother, more linear power you get. And the shorter the header, the more high hit, poppy feeling you're gonna get. So it's amazing how much you can change just by the exhaust. And the 300RR pipe does fit on here. I will probably get one for this bike too if I'm racing a lot of open sections and I want a lot of pop. Particularly if I end up riding some moto tracks and I want extra pop off of jumps and stuff. So I plan on getting one of those, either take off or a new one or FMF, we'll see. Depends on how much money as I got at that time. This pipe does have a little leak. It's got a little pinhole in the weld, which is unfortunate, so I gotta bring it up to my dealer and swap it out for me. You got your clutch cover here. It's getting all scratched up. I'm going to get a cover for this to protect it from my boot. But the brake here is awesome. Super touchy, which is nice. You can really hit on it. And even if you lock these tires up, they grip phenomenally well to stop you. You also have, this is your power valve adjuster right here. This little tiny piece. It doesn't adjust a whole lot. It's where you can take it off with the spring, or you can put their fully adjustable one in, which you can adjust with your hand and not have a tool with you. So I might get one of those as well for it. We also have our rear shock adjustment on this side. Super simple clickers, hard, soft, and then below, like your typical linkage, you have your rebound adjustment. So I adjusted this like 3 turns from like full lock rebound. Seems to be pretty good for my weight. And this is pretty soft right now. I said pretty soft because we're doing so much road riding. There's so much junk in the woods right now since it hasn't been ridden all winter. So we got a lot of bouncy stuff. When we start getting big hits, I'll stiffen it back up. But set in the middle for spring preload feels pretty good to me. I got a pretty good sag on it. I'm happy with that. Obviously, your brakes on this side, easy to bleed out. It's on this side. Pads are pretty thick, so they will last a while, which is good. Comes with this plastic skid plate, which is actually more durable than I thought it was going to be by the looks of it. So I'm happy with that. All in all, super solid machine. It does have a fan on the radiator stock. So if it gets too hot, if you're out plugging along on the slow trails, a lot of rocky stuff, where you're just not moving fast enough to get air to the radiator, it has a fan on one side to help cool your bike down. So that's pretty sweet. Actually, I didn't know it came with it when I was first looking at them until I actually went and looked at them in person. So I'm stoked about that. I was planning on putting one on anyhow. My dealer also put on a battery tender, which is awesome. So if you're looking for a Beta bike and you're in the northern Michigan area, head over to Bellaire, to Boyne Valley Motors. That's where I picked mine up at. They have so many bikes in stock. It's unbelievable. I probably have never been to a dealer, a small dealer too, that has so many bikes in stock. So they're super good, super easy to work with. I told them I wanted a Xtrainer, and they ordered one, and it was there in less than a week, I think is what it was. Super good to work with. They get it all set up. They even go through and they put dielectric grease on all of the connectors, and they add the tether to it, and they do the heat cycles on it, and they check out most stuff. This bird is very mad at me. And they check out everything for leaks and stuff, and they do the premix on it, and they give you a full tank of fuel, and they give you a full tank of oil. They make sure all your fluids are good in your transmission. Super good people to work with. They also take all the linkage apart and all the bearings and repack it with high-grade grease, which is awesome. So you don't have to do that, because the stuff that most bikes come with from factory is just terrible. It's just cheap. Super good people to work with. They also do a lot of demo days. So if you want to demo a bike, hit them up, and they have several at 10 Pines Ranch in Mansalona they usually bring their bikes to. And they said they're going to be running some of the hair scrambles this year, so we get to see them there. All in all, awesome people to work with. So if you're looking at picking up a Beta bike, get it from them. And you're in Northern Michigan. Even if you're in Southern Michigan, come on up and visit their showroom, take one for a spin in their lot, and they'll work out a good deal with you guys. Let's move up. We'll move up to the controls, and you get to see kind of how those are set up. I have modified them some so far, but you get to see this approximate how it is from stock. So let's move up there. All right, so now we're up here at the controls, and super simple, like most bikes. Clutch, brake, you got your headlight control, and this little flash part here, which is kind of interesting. It did have on the bottom here a blinker control, so if you ever put blinkers on the bike, it's all wired for it, except for which you gotta put your blinkers on if you put it in front or the back, or where you haven't put it. But it has a control for it right here, and it's got the horn. I didn't know it had a horn. Kind of cool, little beeper. On this side, you have your start button and your stop button. Super simple. Hit your start, hit your stop. Nice and easy. I like it a lot. I moved some stuff around. I moved these in so I can grab it with one finger when I'm riding. Makes it a lot easier. I think that's about it. I moved this closer to my throttle, even though I kind of want my start on this side, but we'll see. I might get a delete kit for this and have a separate start-stop button, but that's in the future. We're gonna run it how it is right now and see what we like about it. And the standard little gauge up here for your miles an hour, odometer, trip, hours, stuff like that. I accidentally had unplugged it, the speedo, when I was unplugging blinker. It was just, I guess, in the way. I knocked it enough that it came undone, but otherwise it was pretty easy to plug back in. This comes off nice and easy. It's 2 rubber straps, and you just pull up and out your headlight off. Another super cool feature of this bike is it comes standard with an O-ring chain, which most bikes just come with your standard run-of-the-mill chain, which ends up just being worn out by the first 3 rides you do. So this O-ring chain's awesome. That's about it for what she looks like. Let me know if you guys want to see other stuff on it, if you want more detailed explanation of certain things, if you want to see more close-ups of it. We have some videos of us riding. My brother also picked up a 2023 Kawasaki, so you get to see that in the video as well. That's up next. that video footage of us riding the dirt bikes. Again, we're just breaking her in, waiting for the snow to finally actually melt. We're hoping to get onto some of our single tracks that we can actually ride this week, which will be great. We can actually run the bikes where they're supposed to be not on a single track, or right now on the 2 tracks. We can run on the single tracks. Super stoked about that. Drop a comment if you want to see more on this bike, if you want to see more motorsports, you want to see more mountain biking. What do you guys like? Open to suggestions. You want me to go different places? You just tell me what you want me to do. If there's any trails you want me to ride, we'll be running our hare scramble season this year again in Michigan, so we'll be all over Michigan running that, but we hope to make possibly a few trips other places. So if you got a cool place you want us to ride, drop a comment or email me, and we'll set up time and get down to wherever you're at, or up to wherever you're at, or over to wherever you're at, and ride some trails. Again, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video.